Hey, yeah, it's Sunday today. There was no football yesterday because of all the malarkey with England playing Scotland the other day. I couldn't work up any enthusiasm for that, I'm afraid. I don't think England have been much cop for that last 10 years, so I do find it, if even they've got a few Spurs players playing for them, I don't think we've been up to much since David Beckham hung up his boots, but there you go. That's just my prejudice. Yeah, yesterday I was talking about antidepressants, and a friend of mine pointed out that I should actually, sort of make it very plain that what I said yesterday was just my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not really qualified to give. All I'm doing is just giving an opinion based on my experience of them. So, given that, I always say to people, well, okay, this is what I think, but, obviously you've got to go and see your doctor and talk to your doctor about it. And, I think I did indicate yesterday that for some people, I do know some people for whom they've worked perfectly, so, just know what I'm saying. I'm sure you do. Yeah, I'm just about to go for a really long run today because it looks like it's going to be a nice day, and it's just when you get the sunshine at this time of year, it's just such a bonus because usually November is such a grey, dark month, and I was just looking at the phone, my phone for the weather forecast for the week, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all days they're forecasting rain. My phone is rarely wrong on this when it comes to the weather, so yeah, so happy days. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah, I don't know, apart from that, I'm not really sure. I don't know. I think there'll be a few protests in America over Mr. Trump, and all the Trump supporters are saying, "Oh, these people, they're just crying over spilt milk." But in fairness, more people did actually vote for the Wicked Witch than voted for him. So, that's very much neck and neck, and I can't sort of take the moral high ground because we've got the same sort of system here. Well, not the same system, but it works out the same. That it's not proportional representation, so it's patently unfair. And I'm coming. Mainly my views are sort of changing over the last, like a few months or so because, we've got to look at this again. Like I said yesterday, if you think you're going to get a Labour government in the next general election, really, probably got the most unpopular leader since Michael Foot. I don't mean unpopular with the Labour Party. He's very, very popular with the Labour Party indeed, but in the general public, he's not. And you just have to look at the polls to see that. I mean, they were about something like 18 adrift, and they should have cleaned up after Brexit. It was such a, toys shot themselves in the foot in such a big way. And and dear old David Miliband, he totally sort of sunk Labour in Scotland. Over not supporting the independent movement at the referendum, and Scotland had been Labour's fiefdom ever since the 70s, and the reason for that was because Harold Wilson came out, in favour of a referendum, or sort of like the Scottish Parliament and what have you, for and giving the Scots and the Welsh a measure of independence. So it's just, I don't know. It just, to me, it just beggars belief. I mean, I see, things that a kid of 6 should see, and it seems like they're not seeing it. Straight away after, straight away after the Brexit result, rather than giving the Tories a good kicking because they were in disarray, what does dear old JC do? He turns around and sacks Hilary Benn. Now, okay, I can see why he sacked Hilary Benn, but he should have sacked, if he was going to sack him, he should have sacked him back in November, December last year when he made the speech supporting the involvement in Syria, Why wait until then? That very same day, he was on the TV saying, You know, he was asked 6 times if he wanted to be Prime Minister and he just refused to answer. Well, hang on. You're the leader of Her Majesty's opposition. If you don't want to be Prime Minister, what the hell are you doing there? You know, it just, I just sit there and I shake my head. You know, I really do. And I must admit, I'm kind of concerned about. I don't know. I'm just kind of concerned about the way the Labour Party's going, really. And okay, yeah, you can call me all the names you want. You know, call me a neo-Blairite or I don't know, whatever. And you know what? I don't give a fuck because I know what I know. I'm 60 years old. I've lived through quite a lot of Labour governments, a lot of Tory governments, and if you can't see through the bullshit, well, I feel sorry for you. Anyway. But for me, I just have to laugh at it because it's honestly some of the things that have been going on, especially with Labour. You couldn't make it up. You really couldn't. So with that, in a little bit of desperation, but what the hell, I'll leave it. Thank you. Ta-ra.